always have to be alert, and the one thing I've learned is the mole will strike when you least expect.
One of these people is a traitor, the mole. He or she is betraying everyone else and secretly doing whatever they can to stop everyone else from winning money. Which one of them is it? Could it be Pete, the 22-year-old bodybuilder? Or perhaps it's Bob, the 37-year-old truck driver? Or maybe the traitor is David, the 33-year-old stonemason? The only way to find the traitor is to watch everyone very, very closely. For their next assignment, we've secretly obtained their own baby and childhood photos and videos, blown them up and spread them across the Gold Coast. This will be a treasure hunt. The contestants will win $1,000 for each object they find, photograph and correctly identify.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
How are you all?
Good.
Good. Which four of you would like to go on a treasure hunt?
I'd like to go on a treasure hunt.
1, 2, 3, 4. Off you go.
Hi, good night.
You'll need a camera. And there's a car waiting for you downstairs.
Run away.
Enjoy your day, fellas.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. Bob, you don't have to finish every drink.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way.
Good luck, Uncle Robert.
Now.
But as with every assignment on the mole, there's a twist. The remaining 4 must follow the treasure hunters without ever being seen.
If they see you, become aware of you or acknowledge you in any way, you lose. But if you can tell what their task is, you win another $5,000.
Bob and Pete must never find out that they're being followed. Their task is simply to go treasure hunting. Mark and David will be giving them directions.
There's going to be a connection between the things you photographed. Right, head out the Nerang exit.
Out Nerang exit to Broadbeach.
Pete and Bob's location is shown on a computer by a red dot.
Heading to Broadbeach. Now, we want you to go to Pacific Fair Shopping Centre.
Mark and David know where to find the treasure hunt targets. They're on the computer, shown by yellow dots.
Okay, here they come. We've just spotted
The
them.
other 4 are secretly tailing Pete and Bob. Anne-Marie and Elena are in one car. Joe and Crystal Rose are in another.
Are they in the right-hand lane?
Right-hand lane, yeah.
Keep going straight, buddy. Sounds good. Yeah, you're coming up to another intersection now.
Yeah, we just passed that, yeah.
Straight ahead, buddy. You've got the buildings and all that, the coast inside sorted.
Okay, we're turning right to the shopping centre now.
In you go. Don't wait for a park, seize it.
It's the Pacific Fair Shopping Centre. Yep, stop. They've parked
Have you got like a level or anything?
outside opposite the G yellow.
They're in 476 FVA.
Yeah, I know what that is.
You are heading directly for it. Stay right on the line you're on now, mate. That's great.
Are they in the car still?
They're walking.
Elena and Anne-Marie must remain out of sight at all times, because if Bob or Pete see them,
Wait, they're just there.
the group will miss out on $5,000.
Hi, Crystal?
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you guys?
Pacific Fair, about to go in.
Okay, you're in the Coles car park.
What colour posts are they near?
They are standing outside Coles where Marie said.
They're standing outside Coles. Back it up, back, Joe. We just saw them.
Did they see you?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Just go straight. Do they see us?
Okay. We're on the run now, like following them because we've got them on foot. Okay, you drove into them, so where have they gone now?
We don't know. We had to back up. They could see us.
So you can no longer see them?
It was a near miss, but in the chaos, the 4 of them have lost track of Pete and Bob. Pete and Bob, of course, don't know they're being followed. They're just going wherever Mark and David tell them.
Okay, like we're coming into probably what I would say is the main area of the shopping centre and the centre. Is there anything of significance yet?
Okay, well, according to our map, you're almost on the first target.
Bob's like a general fan. It's a West Side Entertainment and Beyond sign. Walking in.
Donut King, HMV.
None of them know what they're looking for. They've only been told that the object they have to photograph will be obvious.
They should be on it now.
Absolutely.
What do you reckon, the screen?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the TV screen and
What's significant about the TV?
What's significant about it?
There's nothing. I don't think it's significant. Hey, Pete.
it's got a kid dancing.
Who's it remind you of? Yeah, fool. Who's it look like? It's you.
It's me.
It's you. Bloody hell movies from home.
It's me. It's like a house in Gawler. In Adelaide, I think. This is so weird, man. My sister's there. My sister Rachel's on the screen.
Love the floaties.
Love the floaties. Well, this is classic. I've never seen this footage of me.
One photo down. That's $1,000 into the kiddies so far.
What's the next target?
You've got another objective in Pacific Fair now. Go north. It's about halfway through the shopping centre.
Anne-Marie and Elena have lost Bob and Pete.
I just was trying to see them.
They haven't gone into the shopping centre because they'll risk being seen.
Elena,
Yeah.
what's the situation?
Nothing. We're just waiting, really.
Okay, no worries then.
We might head back and sit in the car.
All they can do is hope there'll be other opportunities to find out what Bob and Pete are up to.
There's no home movies on me. So chances are it's probably just going to be a photo or something on me or something I know really, really well.
Pretty well close to it. On our map, you're getting close now. Just keep going.
Yeah, no, we're in the agency now.
Red, it should be on it.
Hold there now,
It should be somewhere around
Red now, so have a good look around that area.
Okay, I've got this magazine. Okay, so who's it going to be? Oh,
You've got it, have you?
Who am I? Yeah, I've got something with the mole.
You've got something with the mole logo on it. Tell me exactly what it is.
That's Bobby. Who's that?
You got it. Who am I? It's not me. It's not me. Take a photo of it. But somebody wearing like his old man's hat. It's a black and white photo.
That's me.
You?
Happiness is being one of the gang. The little kid about 7. Just take a photo of it. That's me. I'll be absolutely buggered.
You
Take a photo of it.
An ugly-looking kid.
I am not.
That's another $1,000 in the kitty.
We're out of here. We're on our way. Where's next?
Gold Coast Highway in Elkhorn.
Elkhorn Avenue.
All right, back to the car.
They've got 6 more targets to go. That's 6 more opportunities for the people tailing Bob and Pete to work out what they're doing.
That's right. You're going to come to the Gold Coast Highway.
Yeah, we're still going to get to it.
And turn left onto it.
4Ks north.
The chase is on again.
We're on the main road. We're opposite the...
Crystal and Joe are right behind Pete and Bob. Anne-Marie and Elena are trying to catch up.
So they went into View Avenue?
and the Gold Coast Highway.
Wait, no, don't. Because they're coming back out again.
Oh, are they?
You won't listen, Elena. Jesus.
It's all right. It's all right.
You run the whole frigging thing because you're just running your own race here. Because you're too stupid.
What was that?
Okay, they're in View Avenue, are they?
Yeah, okay, there's a car park.
Sorry, Anne-Marie just chucked the phone at me.
You're right.
Pete and Bob have parked close to their next target. Elena and Anne-Marie have followed them into the car park.
See them in the rearview mirror.
Use that mirror there, Dom.
Huh?
This one here.
Bob and Pete are dangerously close. If they notice Elena and Anne-Marie sitting in the car, they'll blow $5,000.
Okay, there they are. All right.
Bob and Pete are closing in on their 3rd target.
Up there. Who am I?
It's Joey, mate. It's Joey.
It's got to be Joey.
That's a baby.
Joey. He's just a little ball of fat.
A little ball of fat, that sounds about right.
Cute grin.
Joe and Crystal are just up the street.
What they're doing, they're pointing at a baby. There's a big picture of a baby on the corner of the other side of the shopping
Okay,
centre.
they're taking a picture of a baby. Okay. All right, they're going to come walking back this way, so we need to hide in the shop.
It's their 3rd photo. That's $3,000 into the kitty so far.
Time is not on our side. We are moving.
I wonder what's going to be waiting in the shop.
But the group will get another $5,000 if everyone else can work out what Bob and Pete have been doing.
Cyclist.
They've walked past us now.
Okay,
we're just hiding in a shop. Can you guys get the picture?
Yeah, we'll get the picture. Got it, let's go.
They jump back in their car.
They have the evidence. Now to work out what it means.
That's the baby one there.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's definitely one of us. Looks like you, Joe.
Well, how on earth will they get it?
Is it you? You should know your own baby photo.
How do they get a baby photo of us, though?
I don't know.
Maybe the baby has nothing to do with it.
It was a pretty massive picture of a baby.
Yeah.
And I think they've got baby pictures of each one of us around, and their assignment is to go and find them and take photos of them.
Elena's cracked it, and her answer's going to be worth $5,000 to the kitty. Pete and Bob have 20 minutes left to find the remaining photos.
Heading north towards
The 4th photo is at Dreamworld. It's a 6-metre by 6-metre billboard of Anne-Marie and her mother. The 5th photo is a moving target.
It's like Mark.
Nice, bud.
Got a shot of Marky. It looks like he's on a bearskin run.
They have time for one more photo. It's Bob.
Mum,
Okay.
I am going to kill you. I'm going to kill my mother to the bloody bow tie.
6 photos out of the 8 they could have taken gives them $6,000. A good morning's work, but they'll only get the money if they're correct in naming who's in each of the pictures.
How were they in command?
Not too far.
They were all right.
That was all right, yeah.
There you go. They agree with you, fellas. That's
excellent. Thanks, fellas.
And how do you reckon you went?
Good, we got 6 photos.
And what were you looking for?
Seems like we ended up finding photos of ourselves when we were younger. That's what.
Or videos.
Photographs or videos of yourselves when you were younger.
Yeah.
Let's see how
Big
we've
surprise.
gone. This is your first one. Video screen. Who's that?
Peter.
That's Peter on the video screen?
Yeah.
You got that right.
Yeah, it took me a second to realise that.
Who am I?
I want to know where you got that. Have you been bothering my mother?
I assume that's David.
Yeah, that is.
And your mother didn't take any bothering at all to give you up, mate.
That's one of my mum's favourite pictures.
Is it?
Yeah.
Congratulations, correctly identified.
Yeah,
Sure. Who's that?
It's just a little ball of jello. That is Joey.
He hasn't changed much, has he?
He was on the infant protein formula.
Congratulations, third correct.
Yeah.
Who's this charmer?
We had 2 schools of thought with the woman, the way she's dressed.
I thought it might have been Anne-Marie and
And
mother.
I've had time to think about it myself, and I've got to agree with him.
Anne-Marie?
Risking that one.
Oh, you're right.
Good pick.
And who is this? The nudie.
That is definitely me.
By the looks of you, mate, there is a career in front of camera for you. But this might not have been the one you're anticipating. And this last one.
Quite interesting, actually. It's Bob.
My mum dies for that photo. She dies.
Sunday best.
There's a book between then and now, isn't there?
What does that say?
That's another one correct. So, congratulations. That's $6,000 win.
Great work.
Tell me one thing. Did you happen to see your team members at any point today?
And then billboards.
No. I mean, in the street.
No.
Not that we saw it.
Should we find out what they were up to?
Yeah.
Hello.
Guys.
All right. Well, while you 4 were on your mission, your friends had an assignment all of their own.
Oh, God.
And that assignment was to tail you, to find out what you were doing, and to provide evidence that they were on to you. What were they doing?
What were these guys doing? Well, we think that their assignment was to go around and find, we figured it was baby photos of each of us, people.
Guys, how'd they do with that?
I think it's 100%.
Yeah.
Do you have photographic evidence that you were actually on their tail?
Yeah.
Can I have a look
There's
at
one
it,
in these
please?
2 cameras. Yeah.
Sensation of making. Here we are.
What's the ball?
Who is that child, Joe?
With
We thought that was Bob.
Hi, Butterball. It's you, protein boy.
You've provided the photographic evidence. Looks like $5,000 in the kitty.
Plus our 6.
Plus your 6. They think they've won the money. But while they were driving, one of them broke the law. It was a mistake that will cost them $5,000, and they don't yet know it. The 4 people who were tailing the treasure hunters have won $5,000, or they think they have. I just need to clear one thing up with you.
Oh, the catch.
Which car were you in? Who was in your car?
Joseph and myself.
Anne-Marie?
Elena.
Anne-Marie, were you on the phone while you were in the car with Elena?
Yeah, I think I was.
Did you ever pass the phone to Elena when she was driving?
Yeah, I did.
So you broke the law while on an assignment. Pretty clear transgression of the rules, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go.
Dangerous driving. So, I'm afraid you lose the $5,000.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
But look, $6,000 up for the day so far. It was an expensive mistake. Or was it deliberate? Could this have been an act of sabotage?
Elena said that Anne-Marie basically threw the phone at her after a sort of a heated conversation and sort of said, look, you deal with the directions and you drive.
I'm pretty well 80% convinced that it was deliberate. She knows the rules. She's not a stupid girl. I mean, she's highly intelligent.
I know I used it, and I know that Anne-Marie threw it at me when she choked a bit of a hissy fit, and stupidly I picked it up, but I just didn't think, so.
7 of you tonight are going on a lovely boat trip.
Seven of us.
On this luxurious cruiser. I think you'll enjoy it. One of you won't. Who thinks they're a pretty good observer? Elena? Bad luck. For the seven of you.
Boat ride.
I hope you scrub up well. For you, I'll be talking to you in a minute.
Everyone except Elena is going to have the time of their lives. They've been away from home for 2 weeks, and their days have been long and exhausting.
Oh, it's warm. It's going up the top.
For the first time in a fortnight, they can relax completely. They don't have to think about who the mole is.
It's nice.
They don't have to think about who is lying to them and betraying them.
Gentlemen.
It's a long way down. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
And they don't have to think about completing an assignment.
Yeah!
At least for now.
Oh, my butt hurts.
Later that evening, they will have an assignment. It will be an Agatha Christie-style murder mystery. Naturally, everyone is expected to dress for dinner.
Evening.
But their assignment lies ahead of them. For now, they have a chance to enjoy some good food, good wine, and good company.
Gorgeous.
Cheers, guys. I mean, when you cheers to the mole.
Yeah,
to the mole.
Enjoy yourselves while you can.
Thanks. So tell me, now that we've all broken bread, bonded, who's the mole? I guess we wait a little longer then, eh? You spend a lot of time watching one another?
Absolutely.
Bob?
Bit by day, bit by bit.
Looking for a slip up?
Mole's going to slip up sooner or later.
Crystal Rose?
I just follow my instinct, my gut instinct, really.
Go with your gut.
Go with my gut.
What about you, Pete?
I use a wide range of techniques.
I just let the mole come to me pretty...
So it's the Mountain of Muhammad theory.
Yeah.
Mole.
Yeah. It's lasted me this far.
While everyone enjoys dinner, Elena is being trained by a detective.
I'm going to teach you a little bit about how to talk to suspects.
Her assignment the following morning will be to solve a crime.
Talking to your suspects, try and keep it separate if you can.
It will be a crime that will be committed by one of her friends.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a lovely dinner. I'd like to thank you all for your company. But I'm frightened. I'm frightened for you all. Because by midnight tonight, one of you will be a murderer and one of you will be murdered. I'll ask you to hold on to these until I leave you. One of the envelopes tells that person that they are to be the murderer, and it tells them where they will find the murder weapon. The other 6 envelopes are blank. The group's assignment is to commit the perfect crime. Your friend Elena, who couldn't be with us tonight, is being trained as a detective. In the morning, she'll board this boat. She'll ask you each a series of questions. The 6 who are not the murderer may not lie to Elena. You have to tell her the truth. Only the murderer can lie. If Elena wrongly identifies the murderer or cannot identify them at all, you win $5,000. If Elena correctly identifies the murderer, there's no $5,000 and she gets a free pass through to the next episode. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
May I take this opportunity to thank you all for a lovely dinner? I'll see you in the morning. 6 of you, that is. Enjoy.
Okay, right. Thanks, Grant. Yes. Once again, he's put a big one on us.
Surprise, surprise.
One of these people is now discovering that they are to be the murderer. Because everyone else must tell the truth when questioned, no one other than the murderer must ever know who the murderer is. The murderer has been told that it's downstairs in the engine room that they'll find the weapon. If the group is to win $5,000, the murderer must commit the crime without anyone else knowing who did it. This is a whodunit, an Agatha Christie-style murder mystery on a super yacht. It's a game. and it's played like this. Everyone needs the murder to take place, but no one except the murderer must have any way of knowing.
To make sure that when they're doing it, they're not giving information away about how they're going to do the murder and where it's going to take place.
How do you murder someone, or even pretend to murder them without anyone else knowing? It's Mark, the lawyer, who comes up with a way of committing what he thinks is the perfect crime.
Right, so one person goes down, stands in the right-hand room.
20, 30 seconds.
Everyone takes turns in going down. If they're not the murderer, they go into the left-hand room.
That sounds good.
Come back out. If they are the murderer, they go into the right-hand room, commit the murder, come back out. Right. That way you've got 6 people going down, 6 people coming up. So one of the 6 of us has committed the murder.
The murderer.
But no one's going to know.
Oh, okay.
It should be a foolproof plan. Anne-Marie will be the victim. She goes downstairs and sits in the right-hand cabin. One by one, everyone else will also go downstairs. They'll wait for a minute or so and then return. There are 2 cabins downstairs. Only the murderer will go into Anne-Marie's cabin. Everyone else will go into the left-hand cabin, wait a while, then come back upstairs. When it's the murderer's turn to go downstairs, he or she will go to the engine room, find the weapon, commit the murder, then rejoin the others. Each one of them has the opportunity to commit the murder, but none of the others will be able to know who it actually was. Only the murderer is allowed to lie to the detective, and only the murderer needs to lie. They'll win $5,000 if the crime remains unsolved. The prize money seems safe, unless, of course, someone gives it away.
That's the end of it. We go on and
just do our normal thing for the rest of the night.
Do our own thing, and we've got the same story to tell later.
Yeah.
The deed is done. It's the perfect crime. Or is it? Maybe the murderer left behind some crucial evidence.
And the print will come right up because it all just sticks to the...
A fingerprint on the knife is all Elena needs to solve the crime. On board the boat, her friends are quietly confident that they've outwitted her.
The plan, the way I see it, is flawless. The only way that we can blow the money is through the mole. And the mole basically screwing up when they are interviewed.
We've set it up so well, and unfortunately Elena is going to fail. I don't like it, but that's the game.
If Elena solves the crime, she'll be given an immunity from the elimination, a free pass through to the next episode. But if she accuses the wrong person, she gets nothing, and the group wins $5,000 into the prize kitty.
Morning.
Morning, guys.
Morning. And then there were 6. I see our friend Anne-Marie has met with an unfortunate incident. Luckily for us, we have our detective, Elena, with us to solve this heinous crime. Elena, if you can correctly identify the murderer, you get an exemption, a free pass through to the next episode. Over to you.
Okay, guys, I'm going to ask you to just wait here, and I'm going to go in and check out the crime scene, and then I'll call you in to interview each at a time.
Sure.
She seems frighteningly competent to me.
Oh, poor Anne-Marie. Okay, there's the murder weapon. There are smears all over the bed. It looks to me like the knife has been wiped. So I'm thinking that there was only one murderer, and they've been in here with Anne-Marie by herself, stabbed her, left the knife and wiped it, and then they've moved into the bathroom. Okay, looks like the murderer's washed up in here. It's pretty obvious they've made quite a bit of a mess with the blood. Okay, first thing, I'll remove the murder weapon. That might come in handy later. I'm just going to take some prints off this door, if I can, because no doubt the murderer has touched this door. A few fingerprints coming up already. Looks like there's a few people who've touched this door. No doubt the murderer has touched it as well, but I'm not going to be able to get much if there's a lot of people's prints on this door. Hopefully I'll be able to find something a bit more useful than that. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm going to get anything from these taps, so I'm going to have to think about the weapon. The weapon didn't look useful either. It looked like it had been wiped, so maybe if I can find out where they actually got the weapon from. The most obvious choice would be from the galley. But again, I think that's a bit too obvious, and it might have been hard for the murderer to go into the galley to get the knife and then come down to commit the murder. So it's probably a bit more likely that the knife came from one of the rooms down here, so I'll go and check those out. Okay, this is the engine room. This is definitely the sort of place that the knife could have come from. There are lots of tools around here, so it looks like I'm in the right spot. I'll just try fingerprinting this door handle. I can see a pretty big print coming up just there. It's pretty smudged. I can't really tell exactly whose it is. I might have enough to be able to bluff the murderer.
Elena is allowed to interview the suspects, but she's only allowed to ask them a total of 10 questions.
Okay, guys, I'm going to conduct the interviews now. I'd like to start with Mark. If you'd like to come and just sit here where Bob is, and if the rest of you can go stand up the front of the boat, and I'll call each of you as I'm ready.
With only 10 questions available to her, Elena's hoping to trick the murderer into giving themselves away.
Okay, Mark, I'm just going to ask you one question. It's about the engine room door. Do you know if you lift the handle up or push it down to get into that room?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. Hi, Crystal. It's about the engine room door. Does the handle of that door lift up or does it push down to open it?
I walked past, but I haven't touched the door. So I really couldn't give you an honest answer on that. Okay. I'm guessing down.
Okay.
That's it.
That's fine. Okay, thanks.
Would not know because I haven't tried it myself.
Okay, all right, that's fine, thanks.
Okay.
The engine room door handle, do you lift it up or push it down to get in there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know? Okay, that's cool. You need to lift the handle or push the handle down to open it?
I think you lift it, I think.
That's 6 questions so far. Elena only has 4 left.
Mark?
And because she doesn't yet know for sure who the murderer is, she's going to make a deal.
Okay, Mark, based on the fingerprints that I have and the questions that I've asked, I have 4 suspects and I want to narrow that down if I can. I'm going to do that by making you an offer, which you can accept if you're the murderer. The offer is the chance to toss a coin for the exemption from elimination. So if we do that and you're the murderer, we each have a 50-50 chance of getting that exemption. And remember, you can only accept that offer if you are the murderer. You won't take it? Okay. David, would you accept that? And remember, you can only accept if you are the murderer.
I'm not the murderer.
Pete, would you accept that offer?
No, won't accept that.
Okay, fine. Bob, would you accept the chance to toss a coin for the exemption? And this is an offer that only the murderer can accept.
No, I don't accept it. I want the money.
Okay, fine, thanks.
Elena's idea of making a deal didn't work. Or did it? Can you tell who the murderer is? Which one of them committed the murder? If Elena solves the crime, she'll win a free pass to the next episode. If she accuses the wrong person, she gets nothing, but the group will win $5,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elena has finished her inquiries and she's ready to share the results with us. Elena?
Okay, I started downstairs in the cabin where the victim was. There was a murder weapon there, the knife, and lots of blood. So I was going to start taking prints, but the murder weapon had been wiped clean. So I took prints of the door handles and the bathroom taps. And I also took prints of the engine room door. Prints did come up. That's why I asked the question about the engine room door handle. One of you knew how the door handle opened and said that it lifted up, which is true, it does. And the rest of you didn't know, so that immediately raised my suspicions. Then in the second round, I offered each of you the chance to toss a coin for the exemption from the elimination. And you all declined that offer. However, one of you said, no, I want the money. That indicated that you had the power to make a choice. And only the murderer could have had that choice, because if you weren't the murderer, you weren't able to accept that offer at all. So I decided that Bob is the murderer.
Bob, are you indeed the murderer?
I am the murderer.
Stupid, absolutely stupid response. Absolutely stupid.
I made a slip up, all right? You've all lost money. All right, it's the first time I've lost any money for the group. All right, you've all taken it, you've all used it. I've tried my hardest for everybody in this group. But I made a mistake. I'm entitled to it.
It's all right, Bob. Don't worry about it, mate. You've worked real hard. You played a team game. I'm going to hold it against you, mate.
Well, congratulations, Elena. You have a free pass through to the next episode. You escape the elimination. For you, there's no money. Now, in terms of the mole, the day is but young. We have another assignment for you, and I have a feeling that rumours of Anne-Marie's demise are greatly exaggerated.
Oh,
I'll be seeing you soon.
I didn't do quite a good enough job.
Yeah.
Anne-Marie happily survived her murder, but she might not survive the next assignment, jumping off the top of a crane.
Well, guys, no great mystery here. Bungee jumping.
Something exciting.
$500 for each of you that jump. If you all jump, we'll double it. Potential $8,000.
No worries.
Granted, kitty.
I'll leave you to discuss it amongst yourselves.
Come on. Oh, come on. You won't be sick. It'll last less than 15 seconds. No pressure, but if we all do it, it's double.
Sure is. I'm going to go first. Cool, done.
All of the guys are keen to go.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, bungee!
Pete's next. Then Mark. Joe was fourth.
Go, flex him!
Muscle up!
And finally, Bob. That's $2,500 into the kitty so far. The three girls must all jump if they're to get the $8,000. Crystal's feeling nervous. So's Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie's not going to do it. I'm doing it then.
What do you
I don't know if I can do it.
Come on, sexy!
Okay, cool. We're going.
Come on, that's it. All right, toast to the edge. Let's get your arms up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, bungee!
That's 6 down, 2 to go.
How was it?
I just love the story. I respect her so much. You know?
It's bloody scary when you're up there.
That's a really good team.
Anne-Marie's next.
You're almost at the edge. It's about to drop over. It's not going to take you off, though, okay? Perfect. All right, Anne-Marie, stand up nice and straight.
Come on!
Behind you. We've only got a couple of seconds now, mate.
Anne-Marie's backing out. She's just cost the group over $4,000.
I'm sorry, guys.
Crystal Rose is also refusing to jump. The 6 who did jump earned the team $3,000, but bungee jumping was only the first part of their assignment. They're now on top of a building that overlooks the bungee crane.
As you can see, just over the road and on our television screen here is the bungee jump you were just doing. Since we had a bit of time up our sleeves, I thought we'd do another assignment. This one should be relatively simple. Betting on the outcome of other people's bungee attempts. Will they jump or not? If you guess correctly, you win $1,000. Incorrectly, you lose $1,000. Simple enough?
Pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Good. Crystal, would you like to go first, please?
Go, Crystal. Come on.
Take her.
Crystal thinks it's a complete stranger on the bungee crane. She's about to get the shock of her life.
Yeah, go jump.
Who's that, Crystal?
Oh my god!
Take a bit of a look and make sure whether you think this person might or might
The
not
assignment
jump.
is to bet on whether people will or won't bungee jump.
Yeah, go jump.
But it's not complete strangers that they're betting on.
Who's that, Crystal?
Oh my god! Are you serious?
Who is it?
Is he going to jump or not?
Brother!
Will he jump? Will he jump? Will he or won't he?
Yes! Jump! Jump, you little... You're joking. How do I do
They win $1,000 if they bet right. They lose $1,000 if they bet wrong.
Jumping.
Oh, come on. Oh, no, it's not.
So Mitchell jumped. And you guessed correctly. It's $1,000 in your kitty.
Joe's next to bet.
Who's it going to be? Who is it, Joe?
Oh, it's my sister from Melbourne.
Jackie.
Oh, my God.
Will she do it?
Yes. Yeah, she'll do it. She'll do it. Go, Jackie. Come on, baby.
Jackie.
Come on, baby. Come on.
She's almost on the edge.
Come on.
Oh, I don't think she's going to go, Joe.
That's $1,000 lost. They're back to zero.
Come on, Davies.
It's a simple yes or no. The person doesn't have to jump for you to win. You only have to guess correctly whether that person's going to or not.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
It's my mother.
Heather? Will she jump or won't she?
She'll do it. She'll do it.
David's betting $1,000 that his mum will bungee.
Come on, Mum.
Your mum doesn't want to go at it.
That's another 1,000 gone. They're now in the red.
Pete, how about you have a go?
If it's my sister Rachel, she'll definitely do it.
Who's that?
Yeah, it's Rach. Yeah, she'll go. Yeah.
She'll go? Congratulations. You've evened it up. Elena, let's see how you do. Who is it?
It's my mum. I think she'll do it.
What's your mum's name?
Joe.
Go, Joe, just jump.
Come on,
I can do it. Yes. Come on, Joe. Yes, you got it.
They've lost another $1,000 and it's put them back into the red.
Thanks, Elena. Bad luck. Mark.
Good luck.
Oh, it's my mum. No way. No
Your
way.
mum will?
No way. She's scared of heights. There is absolutely. She can't.
You go, girl.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, my God, that is so cool to get up there.
Go,
She's
girl.
trying to because she...
That is one brave lady.
She can't handle heights.
She did very well, mate. She did very well, and you did very well.
No, you feel, mate.
$1,000 in the kitty. Back to even.
The next one to bet is Bob.
Who is it, Bob?
It's my wife.
Is she going to go or not?
My wife.
Is she going to go or not?
No. No, she's not going to go. I'm not there.
You go, girl. I'd rather lose the money.
You hang there, baby girl. You hang there. You hang there. You hang there, baby girl.
No. Show him up, baby.
Bob's wife has backed out.
$1,000 in the kitty.
Love you, baby girl.
They're $1,000 ahead with one more person to go.
Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, how old's your father?
82.
We thought we'd let him be. So in the absence of any other immediate family, we asked a friend of yours to help us out.
Unfortunately, I don't have many of those, so...
Who's that?
I've no bloody idea. Peter LaMotta!
Peter. Will Peter jump or not? 4, 3,
Come on, everybody.
2, 1.
Yes.
Time's up.
Do it for me, LaMotta.
Come on,
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Looks relaxed. Looks relaxed.
Anne-Marie's friend Peter is also backing out. They've just lost $1,000.
Bad luck.
Sorry, guys.
Back to even.
No problem.
4 right, 4 wrong. Clean slate in the second half of the challenge. And you got to take a look at some of your loved ones. Since you've all been so good, we thought we might let you catch up with them for a little while.
Sensational.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, guys.
It's been a stressful time on the mole, and this is just the relief they need.
When I saw my sister, I can't explain. It was just so touching, and I just broke down, and I'm a very emotional person.
The big tough Bob that you know stood there watching the TV screen, have his wife stand up on a 37-metre platform, and I'm so proud that she got out there and did that.
Just seeing Mum moving out to that ledge, just the look on her face will stay with me. You know, it was grim determination, and it was absolute horror and fear. But despite her fear, she didn't give it a second thought because I was involved, which makes me immensely proud.
Everyone's crying.
The day's been an emotional roller coaster, but for one of them, the ride will soon come to an end.
Elena, you have an exemption from this elimination. For the rest of you, let's get it over with, shall we?
To survive on the show, a contestant must correctly identify the mole. So, who is the traitor? Who do they each suspect?
Suspicions. Number one, Mark. When he blew up at me this morning on the boat, I'm the first person he's blown up at for losing money. Suspicion two rides on Anne-Marie. The woman turns and can divide this group in a snap of her fingers.
One suspicion that's popped up fairly recently is Bob. I just think he's either around the wrong places at the wrong time, or he's trying to convince everyone he's the mole when he's not, or he's the mole.
Elena, I think she's a key suspect as the mole. Because I don't think there's been a mole as a girl before in the series. I'm just thinking she could be it. But then I still think the two same guys I've always stuck with and I'm keeping them very close to is David and Mark.
They've all completed their computer tests. Whoever scores lowest is furthest from identifying the mole, and he or she will be sent home.
Elena, you have an exemption from this elimination, a free pass. You can relax.
Thanks.
For the rest of you, let's get it over with, shall we? David. Crystal Rose. Joe. Joey.
I just think he's one of the most lovable people in the group.
Sort of the lasting memory I'll have of Joe is that he was either laughing or he was making people laugh.
It's been absolutely an amazing journey.
Mate, it's been great having you.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
You guys are like my family.
You did a great job.
Thanks, mate.
All right?
Yeah.
You should be proud of yourself.
Thanks, mate.
We'll see you soon.
Joe suspected the wrong person. 7 people remain. One of them is the mole. Next week, they have to burn $5,000 in cash as quickly as they can.
Guys, good help.
But there's a catch.
Must spend exactly $5,000.
Rock out, Pete.
They can spend it on anything they like, but they mustn't own a thing.
I've lost my chain.
And a bike ride from hell.
It's about 30 kilometres uphill.
Go, Mark, go!
Some of them are on bikes, some of them are on scooters.
Can you show me what the break is?
But someone's betraying.
I don't want to ride the bike, I don't want to do either one.
Someone is doing whatever it takes to stop them winning. Someone is the mole.
The Club, Melbourne Made, premiering 7:30 tomorrow night, followed by a movie-length episode of Heartbeat. Not everyone in Mount Thomas is a music lover. Melbourne Made Blue Heelers is next.
Want an exclusive tip on who is the mole? Listen to The Cage on Triple M tomorrow afternoon and a vital clue is yours. Plus, for even more insider information, log on to themole.com.au tomorrow evening from 6 to chat live with tonight's eliminated contestant.